the time is running out, but the issue that I also would like to give the floor later on to the people in the room, since we have many people attending this session. So therefore, we now go on to Mr. Jean MAHER. He is representing the Coptic Christians, and Jean, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being here. I think one important question that everybody is talking about today is what is going wrong, and what's happening, what to do. Should we bomb ISIS? Should we bomb Bashar al-Assad? Is Sisi someone good or bad? What's happening with Qatar? What's happening with Turkey? So things seem to be very complicated, but in fact they are not. Because we have to understand a little bit from history, short history, what's going on and why did we reach this point. So I prefer to show you by some pictures what is the real enemy that already Egypt has defined, which the Occidental country didn't do yet. So, yeah, political Islam, Muslim Brotherhood, what is it? There is two things that we have to understand. They want to re-establish the Islamic Caliphate. I think you can see on the screen, on the presentation. And they want to install the Sharia. These are the two main things. Re-establish Islamic Caliphate, why? And install the Sharia, because this is really the fundamental beliefs and convictions they have. So we have, starting from 7th century, 620, when Islam was created, we had the first caliphs, 4 of them, and then we have different caliphates. The Umayyads, the Abbasid, the Fatimid, the Ayyubid, and the last empire, or the last caliphate, was the Ottoman Empire in Turkey. So what are the caliphate? It's an empire. There is a sultan, there is an emperor, there is a caliph, and who reigns on the Islamic State. In Egypt, for 150 years, we had Muhammad Ali, who was the governor or representative of the Ottoman Empire in Egypt for 150 years, but he has done a modernization for Egypt because he was inspired from the French Revolution and he tried to modernize the country. This is a map that shows you you have the part on Saudi Arabia, which is between 622 and 632. In 10 years, Saudi Arabia, the Islam was spread. And then you have on the northeast part, Iran, Iraq, and so on, the other color, that are the first 4 caliphs. It's between 632 and 661. In 30 years, they spread Islam in this area. And then you have the third period, 661-750, where they already reached the west side, Algeria, Morocco, and even Spain. So you can see from 620 up to 750, it's about 130 years, Islam was spread in this area, no borders. So that's what we call the Caliph. No borders, you have one who is reigning on the others. In 1924, the Sykes-Picot, France and England, they established some borders, what we call the nation, les États-nations, and we have the borders, you can see Egypt, Sudan, Libya, and so on. So the people who are believing that caliphate has to be back, they don't like that. And this is, so this is the map of ISIS. Because I want to come back, to no borders. They want to make, so you can see from Ethiopia, and you can see all the part of the west, you can see on the east and on the north, even part of Europe. They want to re-establish this caliphate, and they are convinced that this is a good thing to do, this is the will of God. The will of Allah is to do that. So the conviction is something very hard to come against. And then you can see that they are not just convinced, they are doing it. This is how ISIS or Daesh means the state of Iraq and Sham. Sham means Syria, Palestine, and Lebanon. These are the three countries of Sham. So they say Iraq and the state of Sham. Of course, when you say ISIS, you don't understand what does it mean. But in Arabic, Arab-speaking people, right away when you say Daesh, Dawla al-Islamiyya, Iraq, and Sham, I understand that they want to cover these whole parts. And this is the first step for them. Because the real conviction is to do good for Allah, is to make a worldwide Islamic state. So, so you can see that they are doing it, and where these things come from. In 1924, the Ottoman Empire fall down by Kemal Atatürk in Turkey, who wanted Turkey to be a modern state and a secular state. So the reaction didn't come from Turkey, the reaction came from Egypt. It came from Cairo, from this picture where you are seeing Hassan al-Banna, who in 1928 say we have to come back to the Islamic Caliphate, and he founded the Muslim Brotherhood. And the Muslim Brotherhood are acting until today, and they will act tomorrow, and they will act forever, because this is their beliefs. If the Occidental country don't understand that, they are going to be lost, because they have many tactics, they have many methods in order to establish the caliphate. So I want you to keep in mind that you have the Islamist fanatics, which are not to be mixed with the Muslims. The average Muslim is open-minded, and I have been, when I was a child, all my neighbors and friends were Muslims. I didn't have any trouble, but these people are not. So you can see from the logo, near the founder, you can see the logo, and the logo says everything. Yeah, on the logo you can see you can see that there are some written things on the circle. And there are 5 points. 1, Allah is our object. 2, the Prophet is our leader. 3, the Quran is our constitution. Okay, I have some problem with the third one, because if I'm a Christian, I don't want the Quran to be the constitution. I want to see the constitution. And they cannot impose Islam on people who are not Muslims. But if they want it, so keep it, but for yourself. And then jihad is our mean. So the sense of jihad for them is by violence, because jihad, the word jihad in the beginning, it was spiritual jihad. But for them it's not the case. And then martyrdom for Allah is our best hope. But martyrdom for them means to be killed while killing the others. So these are the 5 things that are surrounding the logo. And in the logo you can see it's the Holy Quran, that's the right part. You can see the 2 swords, and you can see under, be prepared. Be prepared for what? So these are fundamental things that the Occidental countries have to keep in mind. What is the ideology of the Muslim Brothers? I have 3 minutes, and I have so many things to say. They have a history of violence. They wanted to oust King Farouk, and they couldn't, so they have assassinated his prime minister. Okay? So Hassan al-Banna was killed, was shot by secret police in 1949. 1952 in Egypt, Nasser was the leader of the 3 officers, and he was supported by the Muslim Brothers. So he ousted the king and the British, and they took power. And the Muslim Brothers have done an assassination attempt, but they didn't succeed. So they have been in prison or escaped. And Nasser refused the Muslim Brothers' demand to veil the women in the streets. You know, in my childhood there was no veil, and many imams say it's not an obligation. So you can see the women dress in 1920, 1980, that is not veiled, and then you can see in 2013 in Mansoura University how they became. So in a very short time, the Muslim Brothers succeeded in veiling women and not giving them the rights. After Nasser, Sadat took power, and they have done a courageous initiative. He wanted Jerusalem to make peace with Israel. And they have done the peace agreements. So Sinai was recuperated by Egypt, but the Palestinian problem remained. So you can see historical moments, and it was really a hope for the future. You know, who would have imagined that Begin and Sadat, you know, the Jewish and the Egyptian would hug each other. So there was a period of hope, but while making the feast of the 8th anniversary of the Yom Kippur War, Sadat was assassinated by the Muslim Brothers. Hosni Mubarak took power, but he didn't do anything. And he left the country in the hands of the Muslim Brothers. They have infiltrated all institutions, and they have Islamized the country. So that was the problem. The main problem that happened in 30 years of the Mubarak era was that he left the country in the hands of the Muslim Brothers, and then they started to spread Islam, and came then ISIS, Boko Haram, and so on, that you are meeting today in these areas. But to end my points, in Egypt we have a president who was claimed by the Egyptian population, because after 1 year of Muslim Brothers power, MAHER, the Egyptians were fed up. They were very, they saw the things very clearly. And they said, as they said, we don't want Mubarak, they said, we don't want Morsi. So we had 30 millions in the street, and they said, we don't want any more Muslim Brothers, and this is how Sisi came to power by the Egyptian popular. Thank you.
Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen, what happens when your hand is hurt, you will end killed by some assassins. Since we have had some speakers from, let's say, the Christian side, you might ask, hey, what other people from other beliefs could speak? Well, in our group we have several prominent other members from other beliefs, and therefore I hand over now the floor to the room. But first of all, I would like to ask colleague Bashir to give some comments on what he has heard and what he has seen. Go ahead.